scrapped. If we are serious about attracting investors into Nigeria, 54.
Can you imagine?
This was the report of a committee put together by
Mr. Bona, can you imagine a company like Dunlop and Michelin?
Are they still in Nigeria?
They closed shop and went and established in Ghana
okay.
and some other West Africa. And this company, because of the ECOWAS trade agreement, they can bring those things in duty free. Yeah. Now Nigerians have lost. So Nigeria is the target market, but now employment is not created by the industry in Nigeria.
See, when we were screaming the last administration, when we kept on screaming that we are the highest recipient of foreign direct investment, I said no. Yes, on paper or in reality we are, but have we? Because investors look at some global indicators before they take investment decisions. Now, we are not moving up the ladder. We are still going down, or we are still where we are. And then we are recipients of investments. I looked at it critically. I didn't realize what the problem was or what happened. The investors became clever. They became innovative. What were they doing? They were investing in already existing organizations or those who have been able to go through the rigorous issues that we have.
Setting up.
Because ask me, Indorama, $1.3 billion. Procter & Gamble, $200 million. Just, I can tell you, and all those investments are still people, Dangote's refinery. People are investing in Dangote. It's just that coincidentally, Dangote is in Nigeria. So we have not done what we're supposed to do to attract investment. Rather, investors have become innovative because, yes, Nigeria is a lucrative place, but it is like the market is there. And then it's a lucrative place, but everybody is wondering, how will I succeed there? That's why I always say, investment is like water. It flows to areas of least resistance. But huge investments, which are the ones that don't create equality in the system, are like floods. So they can find their way into wherever they want to find their way. I gave the example to some of the engineers in NEC yesterday when we had an argument. I told them, for example, the same inspection you're going to do, NGC came to our site and did the same inspection on gas. The same inspection, TCN have come to do the same inspection on the evacuation, our distance from the plant and the evacuation corridor. So what are you coming to come and do? If Ministry of Environment have come to come and look at the same location on environmental impact assessment, so what are you coming to come and do there?
I've not mentioned the local authorities.
The law says that you must come. Yeah. I said, these are the things. When we say experts, I'm beginning to worry over who these experts are.
So these are the reasons why we need an economic summit. No doubt the government needs a lot of input from Nigerians on how to move. You know, for instance, we know that the problem we have with the forex is the pressure on it. Is the pressure on it. Yet, the government says we want to encourage local industries. There are 2 campaigns going on now, buy Nigeria to grow Nigeria's economy. Or how does Ben Bruce put it? The common sense senator. You know, and all of that. But while we are doing all of that, when we say don't buy imported goods, we actually remove them from the list of those who can get forex. Yeah. But what are we doing to encourage the local ones? If you are saying don't bring in imported shoes, what are we doing to encourage the 2 or 3 guys who have come together in Kano to be making shoes? What are you doing to encourage them? What are you doing to encourage those in Aba and all of those stuff? Because whether we like it or not, those so-called banned, those foreign products will still find their ways into Nigeria.
Because we have porous borders.
Exactly. And
so no matter the kind of policy, just like you said, you aptly said it, that you cannot hang any policy in the air if the structure is not there. Yeah. If you want to encourage the local shoe manufacturer or the local furniture maker, and you decide to raise the import duty on furniture, if it becomes so high, we know the places they can come in from. Even our government agencies that will want to procure furniture will insist on a foreign-made one. But they won't ask you. They know that it is prohibited, but they still want it. So the structures have to really be there. Our borders have to be closed down and strictly policed to know the things that
even
are
in
coming.
areas where smuggling have become communal business.
And the customs know where those smugglings thrive, because it is part, they benefit from the borders being porous.
That's what the communities, those communities along the borders, that's what benefit, that's their only business.
That's their only business.
Now, we already agree there's need for an economic summit. Let's try and draw up the template here. Is this something the federal government alone should shoulder without involving the states? You were talking about National Economic Council that time, and I tried to correct the fact that it's not the economic team. It's just a creation of the constitution. And it brings together all the governors. I just quickly look at what the function is supposed to be. The National Economic Council shall have power to advise the president concerning the economic affairs of the federation. The federation, that's the country.
The entire country.
But you have a situation whereby the federal government is doing its own thing, the states are busy doing their own things, and all of that.
Yeah, I think
this economic summit, is this something that should bring all tiers of government together? Each state government coming with its own problem, that this is the problem we have, this is the economic horizon in our state, but these are the potentials that we think this state has. Maybe we have this mineral deposit here, we have this mineral deposit here. These are the potentials in terms of human resources and all of that.
See, for us to have a successful economic summit, which will also lead to an economic direction for our nation, not just for this regime, for our nation, I think first things first, we must get the National Assembly to agree, to have a buy-in into this. Now, again,
why?
So that whatever it is that we all agree on, as a nation, as an economic direction, everybody would have said, yes, I contributed to it.
Like if we need policies that need legal backing.
Legal backing, they will be able to, make some amendments in our laws and all of that. And again, going further, even, turning it to a law that, let's say, for example, we say all the road network we are going to do to support all the different components of our economy. For example, you cannot do agriculture without access to good roads. It's not possible. You can't do solid minerals in this whole world without the railway working. So if we're saying that from now on we're going to focus on railways towards some particular locations because of some of the solid mineral deposits that they have, now it becomes a law that every single fund that we're going to expend as a nation will be working towards. Then the state government will also make commitments to their own contribution towards development of their states, because Nigeria as an entity is divided into states.
Yeah.
Can I add something to this? Imagine the constitution of our own National Economic Council, and that's applicable, that you have in a country like United States. Like, we continue to say that you need not reinvent the wheel. Just copy the good things other countries are doing. Now, I have something here. The National Economic Council for the United States was created via executive order by Clinton. And the director is an assistant to the president for economic policy. This appointment does not have to be confirmed by their Senate. And it has just 4 principal functions: to coordinate policy making for domestic and international economic issues, to coordinate economic policy advice for their president, to ensure that policy decisions and programs are consistent with the president's economic goals, to monitor, this is very key, to monitor implementation of the president's economic policy agenda. And their membership includes numerous administrative department and agency heads whose policy jurisdictions affect the nation's economy. They never mentioned any state governors there. They never mentioned any politicians. So what Mr. Obonna said is also right, that the Senate or the National Assembly has to have a buy-in, but our president
our own has a very fantastic assignment. But of course, I'm sure that is not being done. We already know what the composition is: the vice president, who is the chairman, the governor of each state of the federation, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and then the functions. The National Economic Council shall have power to advise the president concerning the economic affairs of the federation, and in particular, on measures necessary for the coordination of the economic planning efforts or economic programs of the various governments of the federation. The economic programs of various governments of the federation. So this is actually a very fantastic platform for this economic summit.
But with the wrong members.
But with
with the wrong members.
Because of the elected governor.
Yes, I believe it is. I believe, like the one I mentioned about the United States, they did not mention about any political heads. What we are talking about is pure economists.
But some of those agencies, like, they are headed by people appointed by either the president or so. So they're still going to be political somehow. But the truth, I think the way our nation is structured, if you don't carry the governors along, you will be
whatever
wasting
you come
energy.
back with, you are
because
alone.
if for me to get a land
carrying
allocation
along
in a
is
state
a very popular balance.
Okay, gentlemen, let's leave it there. The summary of today is that we need an economic summit.
Definitely.
It's an imperative.
Yes.
And it is an idea whose time is now.
True.
There's no time need to waste time on all of this. Anyhow the government thinks about it, it has to just speedily move on this line and convoke one, because the government needs the suggestions of every stakeholder in moving the economy forward or lifting up the economy from where it is now. It's in doldrums. All right, thank you so much. I'll be joined in this discussion today by Ogbonna Ukuku, who's an investment promotion expert. He's been part of the discussions for the past 45 minutes or so. Thank you so much.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you
your time.
Right,
and of course, the President, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Abuja chapter, Mr. Tony Ejinkeonye. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate your time. That's Focus Nigeria today. Join us same time tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Stay out of trouble so that we can see tomorrow. My name is Benga Ruleba.